started with some letter. I've been kind of craving this game again. I'm excited to go back. Because it took a few days off from it. I'm guessing this is voiced.
It's fine. I have some things I need to do anyway.
Perfect. Just gonna let him talk.
I'll call you back. I've got to let Becca know that Scared Cat's fine. Bye.
I set it to auto, and then it unautoed. Life is good. He drops the call before I can even get a word in, and for several minutes I find myself simply listening as the rest of Luxborn rouses. Wow. The increasing sound of passing traffic, the bustle of the nearby shops preparing for the day, and the growing clamor of the people while they go about their morning. Not the most soothing sounds to hear following a troubled night, and the routine puts me at ease nonetheless. What's comforting, what's safe, what I'm used to. Yeah. Nearby, Isabella shifts but doesn't wake, blissfully unaware as the city slowly stirs itself back to life. Hold on, we had a relationship change? With who? With who? With who, chat? Shit. Okay, it's 25th. That's right. That's right. Okay. Smooth. Get right. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna click. This is driving me nuts. Was her night as restless as the one I had? Were her dreams just as lucid? Holy shit, chat! I need to be able to read today. Oh boy. Time to wake up. Time to wake up, chat. In hushed moments like this, I envy her. Unreasonable, probably a little unfair to say such in light of last night. If only forgetting is as easy as breathing. A small yawn escapes me when I rise from the couch to stretch. Luckily, the short conversation with Ash has effectively driven away any will to get back to bed. I still have a day to get through, despite the proverbial ghosts hanging around. The orange bottle sitting at the edge of my table is reassuring against the palm. The instant I pick it up. The sterile odor of the capsule, equally so. Yet the weight they carry is something I've never gotten used to. Years ago, I'd spend minutes, heck even hours, staring at a single pill prior to taking one in. Now it's just routine, a way to stave off the unwanted nightly visits. Although I don't think Dr. Navarro would be quite pleased if he ever finds out that I'm relying on them again. I do owe him a visit regardless, especially after missing our appointments on purpose and ignoring his calls for weeks. Another sigh comes out, tired and weary, and then I pop a tablet into my mouth.
Zach? What time is it?
It's go time! The bottle on my hand hits the table with more force than necessary. As much as I trust my friends, there's some things I'd rather keep
Morning,
myself.
Bella. Did you sleep well?
It's the dough time. Exactly. She answers the question with a long, drawn-out yawn, one reminiscent of a child. A chuckle manages to come out of my mouth at the sight. In this manner, it's easy to mistake her for someone far too young for responsibilities, inexperienced and immature even. Easy to forget she was thrust into the role of an adult earlier than her own dreams can afford, to overlook how surprisingly observant she can be at sometimes. Maybe not the same level Ash exercises for his investigations Rebecca needs for her own work, but it's certainly enough to deftly put what she sees around her on a canvas. And, in the way her eyes flicker to the table in my hands or something, it is that I won't be able to avoid the questions this time.
Only a little. I don't remember how I ended up on the bed, though.
Ma doing? You didn't look very comfortable sleeping on the couch, all hunched up like that.
It would have been enough for something temporary. Sorry I stole your bed.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Besides, what kind of gentleman would I be if I leave a lady sleeping in such uncomfortable conditions?
Fair.
Not in this house. My nana will give me a tough scolding if I ever did that, I'm telling you.
Thanks a lot, Zach. I know I barged in at a very inconvenient time last night. I wasn't really thinking when I did, and...
Hey, it's cool, Bella. I ain't mad at you. That's what friends do. You guys are welcome here anytime.
Zach is such a bro.
Although Ashton abuses the anytime part a lot, I don't really mind. We might have less wiggle room if all four of us are present, considering the size of this place. But as long as no one makes anything explode, it's totally fine.
Fine or not, I still owe you one for last night's trouble, especially since you don't seem to be...
A concerned expression passes over her features. She spares another cursory glance over the table, back to the bottle holding every small piece of what keeps the bad memories at bay. The blood booming over Pa's heart, the horrified look on Ma's face as she watches him fall lifeless to the ground, and every ounce of spite seeping from the stranger's smile. You don't belong here. You monkeys don't belong here. It never stops, does it?
Well, you don't seem to be feeling well.
Christ, dude.
Let me know, okay? I'll make it up to you somehow.
She makes a slight gesture with her hand, or her head, towards the bottle, asking a question without really asking. Subtlety has never been one of her greatest assets, but right now, even Ash should be a little amazed, if not a loss for words at that. She's kind of left up to me whether I'd even give her a response she wants to hear or not. A little cover coming from her, if anyone would ask me. Tell the truth. Boom! More Isabella friendship. But it's never easy, ain't it? Talking about my problems, that is. And they never will be. But not by a long shot. Not when I've let it stay this way for so long. I realized that long ago when the wounds are still fresh and the dreams are nightly occurrences. Can't force yourself to get better or move on to better things. Words are so hard today. Hullabaloo on C101. Welcome, welcome. It is what's normal now, and I can only cope. The question in her eyes may be unwarranted, simply born out of curiosity and sincere concern for a friend. I know her an explanation, in fact. But of all the people I keep close in my life, she's probably one of the very few I can trust with this. Maybe she won't understand entirely. I can never hope she will. No, never to the full extent. Words are unreally difficult today. Chat. I have a phrase that I could say, but it's not the same if it's not in Danish related to your issue with words. Is word salad? Word salad's the word I'm thinking of today, guys. I don't know why, but it's like bleh, reading hard. That alone is expecting too much of her and giving too much of what I can. However, for all her shortcomings, I know she'll hear me out. And that is all I can ask of her.
My bad. I was kind of hoping you wouldn't have seen me with these.
The pills rattle lightly against the container when I gently set it back to its usual place. Always the small area closest to my laptop near the right hand. Within reach whenever, and a quiet reminder of what I shouldn't miss every day.
Oh, is it bad? I was just thinking that maybe it's a cold like Becca's. Do you need me to get anything from the store? Soup or something? There's one nearby, right?
Bella, no.
I can run real quick and...
Bella, no.
No, nothing of that sort. I'm perfectly healthy right now. It's really difficult to say, but...
Oh, this is definitely a horror
game. Can you promise me you'll listen at least?
It's a psychological horror game, so there's a lot of build-up stuff.
I should have been upfront with you about this a long time ago. Well, Ashton found out without me telling him anything. But you already know how that guy is. Can't hide anything from him.
If it's something you're having trouble saying, you don't have to force yourself to tell me. I'll forget I ever saw anything and won't ask questions.
I'm not gonna touch that.
No,
Although you're right.
Get this off my chest eventually. Besides, we're already here.
Or, you know, just being an American.
Might as well finish what I started,
anyway,
yeah?
Leaving the politics jokes
so.
alone, chat. Because then I'll get into it. I don't want to do that today. She takes a seat on the couch, her posture easy and open, and her smile honest. As if this is just a simple talk between two friends on a regular day. It's none of those things! It's far from one, but her unreserved air is enough to stamp down the twinge of unease it threatens to come.
Let's hear it then.
She does. True to her words, she listens while the story spills out of her mouth of my ma and pa. That little diner across the pond and what's left me that day. I can't recall most of it now. My own account jagged with a few missing details here and there. The passing years have eroded most of my recollection of the whole incident. All except for one moment in the kitchen. The ringing of gunshots are as vivid as it sounded that day. Even Mom's hysterical screams the moment Pa's body hits the floor motionless, his lifeblood flowing out from under him. And the gunman. He was smiling. He was smiling when Pa opened the door to welcome him. He was smiling when he put a bullet into Pa's chest and Mom's head. I've heard stories of how the world can be a cruel people for people like us. I've never believed until that moment.
Nan and Gran took us right after that. Sis and I flew straight to New Jersey as soon as they heard the news. A few days after, Mom and Pa were laid to rest.
The time.
We had a new home and kind
Oh, it's so messed up.
I didn't even get the chance to take my favorite pillow with me. They said something about the change of environment will be good for us. They had no idea the different kind of ghosts would follow me here.
I expected questions, mostly those brimming with childlike curiosity, and maybe some that are too hard to answer. But to her credit, she just sat there, lent her ears, and looked at me with no expectations or unnecessary judgment in her eyes. She appears wiser and older like this, easier to see the breadwinner in her. Her younger siblings are lucky to have her. When I'm done, after everything's been said, she wraps her arms around me. A bit awkward, considering the gap in our heights, but it gets her sentiment across. But it's difficult to answer this in kind. If I am even supposed to reciprocate the gesture given my early apprehension. She pulls away shortly with a smile on her face. Not the reaction I braced myself for, but is obviously better than what I imagined.
Are you not gonna say anything?
Am I supposed to say anything after?
You are. You're back here.
Apologize or something?
Joke game. I
don't
can't talk.
think that's
Cool
very
cow, how you doing, friend?
But if you want to hear one, I can think of something real quick.
Not really. Other people have something to say after usually. And they're not necessarily nice either.
Oh, okay then. I won't. I can't think of something anyway. Sorry, I'm not very good with this. Who else knows, by the way?
My older sister,
Why is this like a
grandparents,
get her pregnant game?
just Ash and
Like
you
a
for
visual
now.
novel?
Maybe,
What?
Maybe
What?
I think I should tell Rebecca too, but
It's
But
because it is
not
a
right
visual
now?
novel, but it's not a dating
yeah,
visual novel.
not right now.
It's a horror visual
But
novel,
I'm
chat.
ready. Like today.
I'm sure
Get her
she'll be willing to hear you
pregnant
out once you do.
What?
I don't doubt she will. I'm more afraid of how she'll react after. One step at a time, yeah?
Looks like a dating visual novel.
Surprisingly, it
They've
feels good
made
to
a
get
dating
that one
visual
out my
novel.
chest.
It came out after this. It's
I
called
was a
Love
little
Esquire.
afraid
We
you'd
actually
be
played it on
angrier.
the stream.
I didn't tell
but,
you earlier
this
than
one
today.
is strictly a horror game.
I'm not angry. I'm just surprised. You didn't look like it. I wouldn't have suspected.
I can't get over that.
I
A
suppose
get her
that's
pregnant
how it
game.
often is, isn't
That
it?
made my day.
We
that
all
was.
have our what's the word Becca uses? Inner demons?
This is a horror game. Yes,
But
it's a
this is
psychological
something
horror
personal
game,
to
though.
you.
So it's all about the
I understand
build-up.
why you'd rather have a few people know.
That too.
It's
Well,
for her, babe.
these past few
Chat.
weeks haven't been easy for you. I didn't want to add that. Not
Chat.
after last night.
Kamikaze, why? Something passes her face, brief, fleeting, and disappears right before I can recognize what it is.
You okay?
Yep, no worries. I'll be fine.
Get
Look,
her pregnant.
about last night. Never mind. This isn't a good time.
Oh, I just can't get
Don't
over it.
lose
That's
sleep
so
over this,
funny to me.
alright?
Oh my
What's
god.
important
AC
is
1 2
you
3
got what you
4.
want to say
Welcome,
out.
welcome.
And if you need me, I'll be here.
It's too early, chat. That was too good. It was too good. Too early. I should be relieved her words are more than reassuring to my ears. There should be comfort in hearing those alone, in knowing I have another person to rely on if things go bad. But somehow, I find myself worrying for her instead. I'll make another attempt to get the story out of her if I can. But this is a dance I know all too well, and with her, I doubt forcing her to say anything would yield results. As much as I want to imitate Ash, that's the right word. Holy shit, chat. Cryptox, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. There's only so much I can ask that will result in something a little over disastrous. At best, she'll stop talking to me until a week passes. At worst, I'd rather not risk it. I've never seen her angry. Outright annoyed, maybe, and often directed at Ash, but never furious. What do they say again? The happiest people when angered? Besides, it'd be unfair to go to her after a little chat. Words?
So,
Thank God.
food then?
Spilled the vitamin. Why do you want me to kill people? Chat, this is a get her pregnant game. We don't kill people. Chat, can we just call every visual novel a get her pregnant
Alrighty,
game? That
Missy.
made my day.
We're
Not
gonna get
jokingly,
some
that's
chow
the
now.
funniest shit.
Better be quick though. Can't have your
Big
stomach
boy,
starting a
welcome,
revolution
welcome,
on us
hope
here.
D don't make fun of me.
I lust
I'm
for
not
the
that
tie.
hungry.
You're just bloodthirsty,
Maybe I will.
kamikaze.
I didn't think I'd end up skipping dinner last night.
We played through Amnesia, and now
Now we
you're
have
just
one starved
bloodthirsty.
stomach protesting. Sorry, it'll be nothing fancy since I'm a little low on stocks.
You're good, bud. Nothing wrong
I should
with
probably
that.
drop by the grocery store after the meeting this afternoon.
After the
I
meeting
can
this
make a quick run for
afternoon,
you if you
chat.
want.
Your
Nah, I've got
boy,
enough to
what's
put
up, Big
together
Dick? How
something
you
nice
doing?
here. Maybe. I could always improvise if we're missing an ingredient or two. It ain't like we're going for a Michelin 3-star status here. Also, didn't I say you're a guest?
Hold on. What is a Michelin 3-star status? Michelin 3-star status. I'm learning today, chat. This is where we're at. The Michelin stars are a rating system used by the Red Michelin Guide to grade restaurants and their quality. According to the guide, 1 star signifies a very good restaurant. 2 stars are excellent quality, it is worth a detour, and 3 stars means exceptional cuisine that is worthy of a special journey. Oh. Knowledge today, chat.
Is this a Filipino thing? Or just Rebecca rubbing
Play
off on
GTA
you?
later? I can promise you I will not be. Yeah. Who's getting pregnant? Good questions. The soft laughter that comes from her doesn't quite reach her eyes. Neither the answer is neither. Because if she stays idle, she'll remember.
On second thought, I might need a little help slicing up the potatoes while I prep the ham.
Who's getting
You up
pregnant?
for that?
No one, chat! No one's getting
What?
pregnant!
Do you think instant noodles are all I'm about? I'll have you
It
know,
was a
I
joke.
can cook a mean
I
paella with my
regret
eyes
this.
closed. All
Don't
my
get pregnant
siblings
again.
love it.
You just had a baby yesterday.
Sure you can. Come on. I think I know what we'll do with those spare ingredients.
I'm not gonna hear the end of that, am I? Was it a food baby? Okay. Question, chat. I know we're gonna play it at least once at the end of the stream, but do you guys want to see the highlight reel really quick? That we made off of your guys' clips? Yes? Okay. So, I promise you guys at the end of every stream from now on, we're gonna have a highlight reel, right? I'm only mentioning this because of the pregnant thing, alright? Because this is a good time to mention it, alright? So, I'm gonna really quickly stop the recording, rip